There is something amiss about that old man, Tomas.
Well, you're not wrong. There you go, the cat's causing chaos. Anyway, it's weird that everyone keeps pointing out Tomas because he hasn't really been hugely suspicious. Oh, it's the fishing tournament month. I mean, people have been slightly suspicious of him, but he hasn't really done a lot. He's been a bit weird asking about people, but, you know. I don't know, I just feel like the game's trying a bit hard to foreshadow
Having
that.
a fishing tournament before the battle of the Eagle and Lion. At first I couldn't figure out what they were thinking, but the fish are especially tasty this time of year, so I don't question it anymore. Have you had any, Professor? You'd better eat up before it's all gone.
I love that logic, that I didn't know why we had this distraction from this really important thing, but you know, tasted good, so I'm down.
Hi, Professor. Want to know something? Gronder is in the territory of House Burgleys in the Empire. That's right next to my home, the region of House Varley. Oh no. What if my parents come to watch?
Hopefully it won't come to that. I don't think they're allowed to watch.
Really? Are you sure? You wouldn't say that if you weren't completely sure, right?
I mean, I would and I did, but I want you to be happy. I like Bernie. More than I like some of my house.
Let's see. Fodlan is big. It's not as big as Elmira is, but it's still pretty big.
I want to go to Elmira. It sounds fun. Do you want to travel around Fodlan? Do you want to go home to Elmira?
Why do you think I would want to do that?
Ah. Can I
Fodlan
check
is
the other
big.
option? No. Okay.
Professor, has Seteth told you? We're to have a fishing tournament. Given the events of the last month, I believe this is just the sort of distraction we need. Staff and student alike.
Will you take part?
I'm afraid I'm not one for such festivities. I do enjoy a spot of fishing, though. I believe it best that I stick to quietly fishing by myself.
Okay. That was all a bit random, but sure.
You know, I'm pretty good at fishing. My older brother used to take me out. Why don't you give it a try, too? They say we can eat whatever we catch.
Great.
Sometimes it's nice to dangle a fishing line and let your mind wander. I'd love to spend some time lounging around by a scenic river or lake.
Same, to be honest. Look at that cat waddling in the background. Oh! I love it. Sorry, Ignatz. Look at this masterpiece. Hey, friend. I love you. Anyway. Ah, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I'm sorry. Oh, I wish I could rub your belly.
Holding such a frivolous and downright ridiculous event so close to the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? It's absolutely absurd.
Just accept the fish tastes good like that one generic student.
Although, they did say we could eat whatever we catch. I'm a sucker for a good meal. I just couldn't resist.
I mean, I was joking, but sure. Why not?
Professor. Welcome to the Monastery Fishing Tournament. You look confused. Didn't Seteth tell you about it? Just catch whatever fish Flame requests. Show any fish you catch to Flame. I have a favor to ask.
Well, we're doing that one. I'm curious about Shamir. She seems interesting.
So you are joining the fishing tournament? That's great, but you don't stand a chance against me. I just caught this beauty. I bet you can't catch a bigger one of the same kind.
Oh, so I actually have to do that.
Oh, you're entering too. Then how about a little friendly competition? Let's see who can catch the biggest fish. There's no way I'll lose.
4 stars, okay.
I am happy that you will have participation.
Good grief,
Maybe
everyone
you
wants
and
to
I
challenge
both can
me.
have a small contest with each other. We will both have catching of the same fish type and do comparisons. Whoever has the fish with the biggest size will be winning, okay?
3, okay, so Raphael's the most difficult.
I'm going to catch me some mighty fish. Just you wait and see. But they haven't been biting.
You're shouting, scaring the fish.
What shouting? Everyone told me I was too loud, so I've been using my quiet voice.
Okay then.
Have you thought about entering? Maybe you and I could have a little friendly competition. I just caught this fish here. Why don't you try catching a bigger one of the same type?
Okay, so you're also more difficult.
Will you be taking part 2, Professor? I must admit I am quite excited. I cannot recall the type of fish I was hoping to dine on. So, if you do manage to catch a fish, do you mind bringing it for me to see?
No problem. Love you, Flame. I also love your brother. It's my first time fishing on this route, I think. I'm just gonna grab a couple. What's yellow? Glimmering? That's exciting. Is this the fish of mystery? No, it's just a big fish. Okay. I'm just gonna keep doing this for a bit. See what happens. Let's go talk to some people and see if I beat them yet.
Did you catch something? Let me see what you got. Is that the best you could do? Looks like I'm the winner. My fish looks bigger and tastier.
I have some with 5 stars.
Alright, I lost? But how?
Sweet.
Yes. Show me the fish. Your fish has way more size.
Oh, you've caught. Aw, too bad.
But I have some with 5 stars. Why am I losing?
Oh, you caught. Yes, yes, I am so pleased.
Ah, the fish she has been pining for. Wonderful. Right.
I guess that's it.
It was fun.
Yes. This created more fun.
I wasn't expecting...
The fishing
Hey, the fishing tournament. I heard you did some fishing.
I think that...
All that's left.
Not particularly caring about these, just as part of my
Fishing wasn't...
new perfectionist run through, or at least slightly more perfectionist than my last time. I am talking to everyone I can talk to.
Tournament now. You're not condoning it.
Of course I'm condoning it. You don't like it. Good grief, is no one in here for once? That makes a change.
Indeed. I received a rare... My father, I think he is quite...
So many of those things. I really ought to keep up with the lost items, but you know.
The Empire used to control all of Fodlan, but after the Civil War, the northern region split off and became the Kingdom. Later, the eastern part of the Kingdom seceded to become the Alliance. There are 3 powers today, but 1,000 years ago, we were all united as one. Even now, among the nobles of the Empire, there are some who dream of reunifying Fodlan.
Yeah, you can take your weird colonialist ideas elsewhere, please. Great. She says enthusiastically.
I'm just absolutely exhausted. I swear to you, Professor, every month we worked harder than the month before. I had imagined the Academy as a chance to possibly relax before our lives began in earnest.
You came to relax?
After graduating, we'll enter into noble society, which means contending with all the intrigues and dramas that entails. I want to just postpone life for a bit. Fish, nap under a tree, skip out on lectures, and... well, not your lectures, of course, Professor.
Yeah, sounds like uni to me.
That's not mine.
Okay, don't have anything that is definitely for you.
Hello.
Where is everyone today?
Hey!
Well,
After the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, a prize is awarded to the winner by the Archbishop herself. It's a three-way battle, so you can't waste too much time just observing. You have to jump right in there. You have to be proactive and defeat the most opponents. Ah, great memories.
Meh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was lost in thought.
Oh, you seem a bit down.
It's very kind of you to be concerned, but I promise that I'm fine. I was just thinking, the Death Knight's true identity. Could it actually be Professor Yuritsa?
Mm-hmm. Presumably.
Professor!
Right, can I be a bad counselor? I can! Wonderful painting. Keeping the masterpiece myself. Can you think of an art lover in Garag Mark? Alois? No. Person with whom I do not get along. Childish may sound we end up quarrelling. It's not a big deal. Asked to attend tea parties, but you don't care for hot beverages, because waiting for it to cool. Just be honest with your host, Raya. Great. That's that done. 1 out of 3 isn't bad by my track record. It's not great, but I'll take it. Oh, it's another hecking love letter. That one's for Eloise, I remember. Who keeps pulling smithing stones out of the well? Guess we'll begin the fast travel process. Hey, Felix. Felix! Why have you got to be so far down the corridor, Felix? At least I assume you are. Oh, he's in his room. Okay.
Since we were little, Ingrid's always gotten this odd look in her eye when someone brings up food.
Okay. That was not a particularly helpful chat.
The situation last month was dire. I hope you were able to put all of that behind you.
Sure.
I look forward to...
Great. Nothing interesting there.
I hear that you participated in the fishing tournament. I appreciate you taking the time.
I love you, Seteth.
Well...
Yes. How are preparations for the battle of the recent happenings at the... I've been commissioned to you be on your guard, okay?
I'm more worried about you.
I won't go dying on you.
Yeah, you will.
I've stayed alive this long after all.
Not for much longer. Welcome to round 2, where CA has gone from crying at her dad dying to just constantly stating he's about to.
I don't know if you've heard, but Flane is very oh, the lengths to which if only it weren't for Sedith's strict orders.
Yeah,
He protects his
I love the
sister
answer you
with
get from you can
unusual
convince him,
zeal.
but...
I dislike it, but I agree.
Not being able to convince Seth the sky was blue was excellent.
I always thought I was pretty good, you know? Then I'd go and get stabbed. Oh.
To be fair, that wasn't entirely your fault.
But my opponent was the Death Knight, so whoever he is, I'm going to make him pay. It turns
I
out
still
that when
love
I
the
get
slime.
stabbed, I get really mad.
I'll help you get
I'm
revenge.
not going to let him.
Sure, why not? Let's be vengeful, Byleth. Is anyone in the library before I bother? Have I spoken to everyone up here? Yeah, great. Oh, Monica. This should be fun.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is a free-for-all contest among the 3 classes. If you are victorious, the Archbishop will no doubt present you with a reward.
I'm not interested in rewards.
Just what I thought you'd say.
I mean, I genuinely am very
The Battle of
interested
the
in
If you
rewards. But, you know, gotta be nice to him.
Along with Flame, but now the combat, his origin begged many questions, so there were plenty of objections to his appointment here.
Rhea. Rhea, why do you only hire professors who are of suspicious origin? Has no one heard of DBS checking in this world, or whatever background checkings are also?
Of the Empire, but he was adopted from another family, or so they say.
Interesting to know that he is actually from an Empire family.
There hasn't been much good to be said about House Grimm in recent decades.
Great. I like it when we get lore like that.
What do you say, Adel? Shall we meet up in the library later to...
Oh, hello, Professor. Do you need something? I'm a little busy at the moment. Sorry, Professor. I've got a lot of questions to ask Adel here. Since I couldn't graduate last year, I really want to make sure I can do so this year. Don't worry. I won't participate in any assignments, so as not to take any attention away from the younger students. I look forward to learning from you, Professor.
I don't even like her design.
What do you say, Adel? Do you... Since I don't... I look...
She looks off, somehow. I don't know how or why, but... yeah. Do not trust. And for good reason.
After all, the ladies love nothing more than a winner. And around
That's
here,
the wrong reason to
everyone has their own
compete.
reason.
Don't
care, I'm not gonna be nice
Flame
to you.
and Monica, was it? I'm glad they were returned safe and sound.
Yeah, that's surprisingly upbeat for him at the moment.
Ever since the tournament, the kitchen is completely overtaken with fish. The cooks cannot keep up.
Okay. Those two seem delightfully unconcerned.
The Death Knight's true identity. Personally, I don't think it could be Yuritsa.
Hello, Squire.
He taught me swordsmanship. He said I had talent and the potential to get pretty strong. He was a little scary, of course. But it's hard for me to believe he's a bad person.
I mean, he doesn't seem amazing. Realistically. Where's the quest I'm not seeing? Is it you? Oh.
I need a favor.
Sure. Whether I'll do it or not, I haven't decided yet, but I guess we'll find that out. Not that way, that way.
Professor. When you feel that first Gronder field is within the Fodlan's biggest river, you will have to cross.
Great. Thrilling stuff there.
I'm going to... I appreciate that.
Fabulous. Right.
Do you have time for a request?
So many of those.
Pardon me. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Young Monica disappeared last year. I thought she had simply run along home, but it turns out she was kidnapped. I can't believe it. How awful it must have been for the poor thing. They say her personality has completely changed, but at least she seems more cheerful than before. Grateful to be alive, perhaps?
Either that, or she's secretly inhabited by a weird-ass villain.
What do you require?
It's also possible. In fact, even likely.
Farewell.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened, basically.
Hello there.
I wish I remembered how to get the Dark Salesman. I feel like I should know that, but somehow I do not. Oh, I didn't realise Lysithea was here this month. Whereabouts? Down there. Okay.
Hey there.
Oh, there she is.
Why would we go all the way to Gronder Field? It's idiocy to travel that far. It may be a tradition, but it takes forever to get there and is exhausting. So pointless. I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Even by you, Professor.
Yeah, probably not. What's in here? Literally nothing. Wonderful. Right, let's head up here then. Talk to the rest of the good people. Or relatively decent people.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is coming up soon. Feeling confident?
Very.
That's the spirit.
Guess we'll see though. I triumphed last time, but hard mode has got hard. Or at least in that one battle.
Gronder Field is in the Empire. I thought I heard that there's no path that goes straight from the monastery to the Empire.
Hello, purry girl. Coco, come here. You gonna purr into the microphone? No, you're not.
Oh, perhaps we'll travel through Alliance territory. Yes, I see. From the east, we would go... there. Ah, yes, that must be it.
Wonderful.
Going all the way to the Empire for a mock battle? This is serious business. And there's a reward to be had as well. I'd really like to win this thing.
Excuse me, Professor. Do you think it would reflect poorly on me if I chose not to take part in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Well, yes, but don't you want to?
Well, I don't really want to leave the monastery.
Oh, Aquila's purring into the microphone. She's such a good girl. I get very excited about my cats.
I'm not very confident, but I'll try my best.
Oh, I might have a lost item for you.
What's this?
Nope. Okay. Don't know then.
Right.
Where's Hildy? Hildy. Where are you? Right, you're over here. Fabulous.
Professor, do you have a second? It's about Monica. Does she seem off to you? She was in prison for a long while, but she seems to have recovered almost instantly, and she's been bizarrely cheerful.
Now you mention it.
You see what I mean? I wonder if she's straining to seem happy just to make people comfortable.
I don't think so.
And why is she so close to Edelgard anyway?
Hilda really asking the hard-hitting questions here. She's not particularly someone I would call amazing at oversight. But you know, maybe I underestimate her. Okay, I have new supports. This will be one that I've seen before, so I'll just skip it. Sorry guys. Me and Edelgard, I wonder where that is on the map. Is it on the map? Can't see it on the map. Unless I'm just being blind again. Maybe it's one I just can't run to. Okay. I guess we wait, but I would love to know more about her backstory. Because it's very interesting, if somewhat depressing. Right, go tell that random student I delivered their love letter to a guy who's married. Because that's not weird at all. Oh, there it is. Great. Also, I missed someone. Who did I miss? Where are you? Is it you?
Oh, hi, Professor. Have you... Well, there's an... They say, if a boy... I don't know where the rumors...
Yeah, Claude told me that. Right. I love that window. I'm such a sucker for stained glass. Anything with stained glass, I just love.
My savior, thank you.
My saviour is a bit out there, as someone who delivered your weird love letter, but sure, why not? Alright, let's go talk to Shrimpy.
Hey.
See how this goes.
Oh, it's you. Out late again, I see. What brings you here?
I could ask you the same.
I just wanted some fresh air. There's a lovely breeze tonight.
The breeze feels so good. Hang on. Obligatory print screen.
I always wander outside when sleep evades me.
I couldn't sleep either.
So I see. Still, it's ill-advised to stay up so late. I should get some sleep too, but... Have you ever felt a sort of longing for the outdoors? I have. There are times I long for the warmth of the sun, for a sweet breeze on my face. Do you remember what I told you the other night? About my past?
Yeah.
None of my siblings had a chance to lead the sort of life they deserved. An ordinary life.
Should I say I forgot? You asked me to forget. No, I remember. I don't want to make light of this in any way, if that makes sense.
My siblings and I we were imprisoned underground, beneath the palace. The objective was to endow our bodies with the power of a major crest. I have always possessed the crest of Seros, inherited through the Hresvelg bloodline.
Interesting that she has that one.
But it was only a minor crest, and most of my siblings bore no crest at all. In order to create a peerless emperor to rule Fodlan, they violated our bodies by cutting open our very flesh. Now here I stand, the fruit of that endeavor, Edelgard von Hresvelg. But that came at too high a price. The others were sacrificed. Ours weren't the only lives devastated by that terrible process. Innocents died as well, without even knowing what they were dying for. And there you have it, the truth of the Hresvelg's empire.
This is terrible. But I am surprised that no one else really talks about the fact that she once had 10 siblings. Because surely as the royal line, as it were, people would have known. I mean, I'm from England. Anytime anything happens with the royal family, everyone is obsessed. And yes, if they were performing weird experiments on their children, I can see why they tried to hide that. But what, did they pass it off as like illness? Did they have children and then just never let anyone see them? Curious about the logistics of this, though, again, that's not really the point here. Who is to blame, I guess.
The Prime Minister and his gaggle of nobles.
Ooh.
They had the Empire under their thumbs. My father, the Emperor, tried to stop him, but it was futile.
Why did they do this? You would have thought that it would at least have been the person in charge, but like... how on earth is it possible that the Prime Minister and the nobles can make the Emperor, like, sacrifice his own kids? Not only is it terrible, it doesn't make much sense to me.
My father was nothing but a puppet on a string by then. He was powerless to save us.
I hope we find out more about the whole political structure of the Empire later, because I'd like to know.
I know how it all sounds. But when you see my true strength, you will know I speak the truth. I have kept it hidden all this time, but I will reveal to you the power of my second crest. It is the same as yours, the crest of flames. When it manifested for me, I swore a silent oath.
Pausing there to listen to the background music, because that's fun.
For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence. For their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
And that's only C+, good grief. It's weird, because seeing that, I'm completely on her side. Like, what happened to her was genuinely terrible. Like, very horrific. And yet at the same time, I've seen it from Claude's point of view. And I've seen her just start a war and kill everyone, even people who really didn't need to be killed, necessarily. It's all just very difficult.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this, really. It's very much a lot. Well, back to school, because that's what I think about when I'm done listening to people's trauma. Right.
I have a question.
Not very good at sharing opinions, usually go along with everyone else thinks, don't want to bother anyone. They'll appreciate your opinion.
I see.
I want him to be happy, he's a good boy.
Professor.
Spend most of my time looking after horses and praying. Not right now, sorry. I put you on Reason and Faith because I'm enjoying having you able to use better
With
magic.
You, I can...
With the two of us.
That was...
Because she was a fantastic healer. And I'm sure she will be again, or at least I hope she will be again. But it's nice to have some better attack power. Right, let's do a paralogue. Because it's one I haven't done. I've seen bits of it, because my friend was playing it at my house while I was editing stuff. But, you know, should be fun.
What's the matter, Ingrid? I never hear you sigh like that.
It's weird to me that I have a paralogue with someone I haven't recruited. Because I know I have Dorothea, but yeah.
Oh, hi, Dorothea. And hello, Professor. Nothing's the matter. Well, nothing major.
You don't look like it's nothing major. Then again, I suppose you always have a furrowed brow, don't you?
Truth be told, there's rather a lot going on. It seems that there's always something to worry about.
What's worrying you right now?
Now? Oh, I really did not wish to bother you with such trivialities. You see, I received a letter from my father recently.
From Count Galatea? What a kind gentleman to have for a father.
I thank you. But the content within the letter is what I find troubling.
Let me see.
Oh, it's a marriage proposal. For you.
Sorry, I had some annoyingly rustly bags. Carrying on. Do you know the suitor?
I've not met him, though I've heard his name here and there. He began life as a merchant, but has somehow achieved rank in court, an enterprising noble from an allied territory. It's most likely that he wants the crest of Daphne that I bear, to adorn his family name.
Yes, that sounds about right. The jerk.
You sound as though you know him. Do you?
Yes, I must admit that I know him. He tried to court me when I was a singer. Best advice I can give you, Ingrid? Stay far, far away from this guy.
He's offered a sizable dowry, so I must at least consider it. For the sake of my family.
Dowry? Blood money. That's all it is.
Cheerful.
Dorothea,
This jerk's entire fortune is soaked in blood. Do you want to rebuild your own house using that kind of money? I mean, it's all just rumors, but I think it still might be worth investigating. What do you think, Professor? Should we go check this guy out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great. Let's tell the others.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, Lonku. You're gonna be entertaining like Quill was. Hey, Chonky. My chonk. It's my friend's fault. She nicknamed them Lonk and Trunk for Lonku and Tranquil. And Lonku got briefly classed as a large cat, so I decided he would be a chonk now. Right. Interesting mix of people here. Oh, I don't even have Edelgard selected. That's amusing. Right, let's do this.
The more we look into this guy, the more I see he's a monster and no good for my Ingrid.
No kidding. There's no denying it. We better get back to the monastery.
What did you even find? I mean, I know you're basically in a volcano, which is probably not a great sign, but I'm curious now, darn it.
Hold on a minute, you brats. Hand over the girl.
Speaking of brats, my cat's being very irritating today.
Surely you can't mean me. Wait, did he send them?
This jerk figures he can grab Ingrid before things get too messy for him. Of course, we know the truth about him now, and he'll want to kill us and get rid of the evidence.
Naturally.
But we'll never let him take Ingrid. Come on, let's hurry! Protect Ingrid! Don't let anyone get near her!
Haha! You'll never escape!
Great.
Stay focused.
As you wish. How humiliating.
He's doing pretty well.
I still...
Nice job, Hubie.
Battle.
Leave it to me.
That's my cue.
Homie?
Is there anything up here I really need to do? Not particularly. I guess we just head that way and see who attacks us along the way.
I will get the victory.
Ready.
Okay, I can actually move you. Good. darn it. And she needs to not die, so of course.
No.
I should have paid more attention to that. My bad.
Protect
Yeah, I forgot I need to protect Dorothea as well.
Stay focused.
Oops.
As you wish. You could have at least tried.
Quill, what are you doing? You being noisy?
Leave it to me.
You a noisy Tronquoll.
I will get the victory. Oh no. Can I go now? Honey?
Battle.
That's my cue.
Let's just keep these two out of danger a bit, shall we?
Ready.
I'll increase the...
That merchant is giving orders to the bandits. I bet if we take him out, reinforcements will cease.
You were wide open.
Let's do that.
Well,
Nope. Didn't notice the lava. Oh dear. Right, who particularly needs training? You can't move. Let's do that.
this might be my limit. You were outmatched.
Then we get people off the lava, for the most part. Except the people I've accidentally left on the lava because I am a fool. His range is also getting pretty good, which I appreciate. None of them can... Oh, that was an ambush. From where? Oh. Yeah, that'd be where the ambush was. Wonderful. Let's get you back to there, I guess. Let's do that.
There's still...
Hubie can do what he does best, which is attack people.
You fought well.
Byleth can follow that up. I would like you to be standing on not lava, but I guess lava's gonna have to be it. You're also just gonna have to wait on the lava. Oh, she has close combat. I'd forgotten that. Close combat makes me so happy as a skill. Please don't die, Hubie. I'd really rather you didn't die. Oh, Hubie. That's disappointing, but whatever. It happened.
Another...
Right, which way are we going again? Over here. Okay.
You underestimated me. It's a long...
I gave her Adel as an adjunct in case people hadn't noticed. Because I would like them to get supports.
One more success. I'd rather retreat.
Over already?
Predictable.
This is another one of those maps where it takes forever for anyone to get anywhere.
Watch and learn.
Of course I won.
That is that.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a few people step on here. Because it's bothering me not having people with me, and I have plenty of healers.
Oh no. I can't afford to lose. Is this power?
Devil Axe. That sounds fun. Now we wait for them to walk around. So thrilling. Do the healing that I can. Well done, Lindy. And just gotta move Byleth, okay. can wait there. It's not going too badly. I mean, we've lost Hubie. That's our only real issue so far. Kind of trying to get Lindy and Marianne to support, because I'm very curious about... Marianne has the weird crest, and Lindy is interested in crests. I'm hoping that that could get us some more information, because information is not a thing this game likes to give away, which saddens me because I want it. I guess you just gotta know how to find it. Right. You guys can do a bit of taking down over here. Get rid of you. Wait for that, and then you can stay there till it's a bit safer. Now we watch everyone run around again and hope they don't kill any of me. That's not looking good. Bye, Lysithea. Please do not die again, Dorothea. I do not have to want to have to redo stuff. Okay, so everyone is kind of closing in on me at this point, which is not ideal. In fact, it is far from ideal. But it is what it is, so yay. Yeah, more people attacking Byleth, please. She can take it. Right, okay. You can do that, and then you can... do that, and you... can do that. I may not keep you alive for very long this way, but you know. Right, there is nowhere safe for you to hide out currently.
My heart is full of victory.
So you can take out that dude. You can take out that dude. There's an archer over there. Where can you go? Okay, you can't be hit up there by the archer, so I'm going to put you over there. Sorry about the obnoxious camera angle movement. It is what it is. Nice job. Got some good crits coming in.
Damn it!
No! Let's just go from here.
That's my cue.
You can also stay kind of awkwardly in the middle.
Oh, me? Leave it to me. Oh no. Got him!
You can take out these guys.
I will get the victory.
Stay focused. Ready.
See how this goes. Please don't die, Lindy.
Perhaps.
What'd I just say, Lindy? If you could also not die, Lysithea. Again, what did I just say? Hecking hard mode. Okay, there's a lot of people over here.
Each battle, a chance to grow. All roses have thorns. I've reached. I'm really sorry.
Do that. Yeah, I'm hoping no one will be killed too badly. At least not the ones who I need to survive the round.
I think it's.
Marianne's doing pretty well for herself. As is Petra, apparently. Good.
I am greater now.
Yes, you are.
I work to grow.
Right.
Be mindful.
Really gotta take out these guys. Because we do not want archers around when one of the people we're trying to keep alive is a Pegasus Knight. That is just not helpful.
Winning's always nice.
What's that?
Growth is
Sweet.
Can I go now?
You can get rid of you. You can attack you. You can get you. Aha, safe spot. Very nice. Might lose Bernie this round, I think, but we should not lose the battle. Oh dear lord, my capture card had a catastrophic failure. I had to reboot my laptop, but all we missed was some of this battle, and quite frankly it really hasn't been that interesting. So I can't be bothered restarting. Lots of people died, as I'm sure you can see, but we're done.
It's over. I'm sorry for causing such a mess.
Not as much of a mess as my recording devices.
Oh, hush. For you, I'd go through twice as much trouble. But are you alright? Did they hurt you?
Number one, why do they like each other so much? I don't mind, but I would like some context. I forgot what number two is. Meh.
I'm okay, really. Thank you, Dorothea. My father will need to hear of this.
Wonderful. My capture card hasn't had many issues, but when it does have them, it does them spectacularly. And most of them have been throughout this series. Always fun.
Ingrid, welcome back. Did you speak with your father?
I did. I just returned to the monastery.
What happened with the proposal?
As soon as I informed him of the suitor's unsavory tendencies, he rejected the proposal outright.
Good.
Were we to form ties with such an individual, it would bode poorly for our family, regardless of the weighty dowry offered.
Ah, thank goodness. I'm so glad it all worked out.
Dorothea, Professor, I want to thank you.
It was important that we help you.
It really was quite exciting, too.
Meh.
So, you know, don't worry about it. I could never hand over my lovely Ingrid to some jerk who only wants her for her crest.
Seriously, why do you love her so much? Like, I guess I need to have both of them recruited, but it's really weird that they'll give you an inter-house thing where with no supports, she just adores someone. Like, if it was someone from our house and we'd seen that they liked each other, I would understand it. And again, if I was on the Kingdom route and it was someone from Ingrid's house, I'd understand, but it seems just weird to me. I want to know what their relationship is before you can expect me to be invested in it, is all I'm saying.
Oh. Do I belong to you now, rather than to myself? Hey, Dorothea, this is probably more than a little awkward, considering where it came from, but... Here.
A ring? Is this... No. Is it?
It's very pretty. A proposal. I want it to be a proposal.
Oh, Ingrid, I accept your offer. We'll be together forever.
Stop teasing me, Dorothea. I'm trying to be sincere. I wanted to find a way to emphasize how grateful I am to you. So I looked for something from among my things that I thought you would like. I mean, you may already have one like it, but I thought on the off chance you didn't.
Ingrid, you are just adorable and I love it. But perhaps we should lend this ring to our teacher for now. Our dear teacher can best decide how to use it.
I want to give it back to Dorothea and let them be engaged. Get married, you cowards.
You fought hard enough. You've earned the right to have a little fun.
As you wish, Dorothea. I gave the ring to you, so you can do whatever you please with it.
I love how disappointed they both look that neither of them are wearing the ring. Great, I guess. Not even a relic for my troubles. I hope the goddess ring is worthwhile. It was very pretty, though. Stupid capture card. It is second-hand, but it's mostly been reliable. I've had it for ages now, and it's not been so catastrophically bad until I started using it more, so I guess it's just angry that I'm recording a lot. I need to get back on top of keeping an eye on it, though.
Professor?
Don't believe in the goddess, but I do believe in you. You've taught us all so much, taught me to have faith. Nah. That's a very cute way of putting it, but I still want you to have some reason. Ash. I like you, Ash. But I'm just gonna give you flowers for now.
Oh?
Hmm? Marianne, you are unusually clumsy.
We probably just got lucky.
They have a lot of unique dialogue. I know I skipped over it a bit, but Lindy was saying that doing it with her in particular would be not terrible. I know they have support, so I'd be interested to see what comes of them. Right, I need to motivate some peeps. I don't suppose I can certify anyone, can I? Oh, you. Sweet.
I passed.
Okay. Right, motivating. Okay, I'm actually very interested in this.
Ah, there it is. Just as I thought. But what is she hiding?
Oh, Linhardt. My apologies. I didn't mean to bother you.
Ah, Marianne. You're no bother at all. In fact, you've arrived at precisely the right time.
I'm keeping a real close eye on my capture card recording right now, so sorry if there's any awkward pauses.
Huh? The right time for what?
You have a crest, don't you?
I don't... What are you saying?
If you hide it, that just makes it more interesting. You do have one.
Please don't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone I have a crest. If people find out, then...
What?
Does he have, like, some secret sense for crests? Because him and Marianne and him and Lysithea, he's called both of them out now.
Please, my adoptive father told me to keep it a secret. And I personally don't want it known.
Who said I intended to tell anyone? Your secret is safe with me. I find it fascinating that you carry the crest of the erased hero.
Please stop, don't say another word. No one should know about or even speak of my crest. Nothing good comes of it. It's even the reason my parents disappeared.
See, that's something I have been interested in. She mentions her father is her adoptive father a lot. But...
This crest only brings bad luck to anyone who comes near me. Even you, Linhardt. You have to stay away.
Bad luck generated by the crest? Now that would be a discovery well worth making. What manner of bad luck do you suppose might beset me?
No, you shouldn't be so cavalier about something you couldn't possibly understand. I have to go.
It's true, I don't understand. But I very much want to.
See, I'm in the awkward position now where I wanted to support Linhardt on this route because I love him. But at the same time, there's other people I ship him with more right now. Right, I've spoken to you, so that doesn't matter. This is all just for motivation, and then a bit of training with whatever I have left. Okay, that's that done. Back to lessons. Use up all that motivation I just gained. Right. Reason and faith, you're already doing that, so sure. Hello, Flane.
Excuse me, Professor.
I've had this one, so I'm going to skip it. If it's a particularly interesting one I remember, I'll do it, or if I start getting to the A supports I don't necessarily think I did last time, I'll keep it in. But I might skip some of the Golden Deer ones. I already have, but you know.
Weather today. Perfect for shutting yourself inside, don't you think?
Always. Yeah, sure.
I'm glad you get it. With great weather like this, there'll be no one inside to bother us. I love feeling like I'm all alone in the world.
What made you such a recluse?
Oh, that. Well, I guess I can tell you, Professor.
There goes the happy music.
My father's obsessed with money. He's only ever seen me as bait for a rich husband. To train me to be a good wife, he'd do things like tie me to a chair. I tried hard to do as he asked. Honestly, I did. But before I knew it, I just couldn't bring myself to leave my room anymore.
Why not?
I just had this overwhelming feeling of fear all the time. No matter how hard I tried, my father never thought I was good enough. After that, it was just constant scolding. He couldn't say 2 words to me without mentioning how useless I was. An unmarriageable girl. My life was isolated, to say the least. I wasn't allowed to play with other kids, let alone make friends. Soon, I stopped wanting that. I was happiest alone. But even that made him mad. And when he tried to drag me outside, I kicked and screamed so much, I seriously hurt myself. He's calmed down a bit in recent years. His constant torment was replaced with complete indifference. He mostly acts like I don't exist now.
How did you end up at the monastery?
If you can believe it, I was basically kidnapped. My mother ordered an attendant to stuff me in a bag while I was sleeping. By the time I figured out what was going on, I was already here. For a while, I was sure I was going to die. But here I am. Look at me. Still breathing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you down talking like that about my past. Just forget everything I told you. There's no point in talking about myself anyway. Idiot! Oh, this is why everyone hates you, Bernie!
Thank you for confiding in me.
What? No, it's not...
Lonku is purring down my mic. I wonder if it's picking it up.
Oh, Professor! How can you be so kind to me? I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. Please don't look at me.
I do feel really bad for Bernie. I had seen somewhere that she came from an abusive household.
Thanks.
And yeah, that all sucks.
Marianne, you are unusually clumsy.
We probably... I think
Perhaps I've been well taught. Let's put this to the test.
I think I've got the hang of it.
You're being very cuddly, Lonku. He's curled up on my lap. Also trying to climb me to get to the microphone again. It is not a scratching post, Lonku, no matter how much you think it is. Ooh, good grief, I have more. I'm due one with Hubert again, that should be fun. Lots of people. I'll go through a couple of these now.
Hey there, Hubie. I've been thinking about our conversation the other day, and I've just got to know, do you really love Adie?
If it's one or the other, I suppose it would be closer to love than to hate. Why?
I knew it! That's why you work so hard for Adie. Oh, Hubie, I finally get you. You're just another servant suffering from unrequited love for their mistress.
You completely misunderstand. Unrequited love. Do I really look like the kind of drooling simpleton to have that kind of motivation?
It's almost tempting, do I support him now just to see if he will do it?
I'd like to say yes, but I know you just argue. Fine, Hubie. Tell me your situation.
My situation is simple. I am walking a path.
Well, that cleared it up.
Oh, do go on.
Everyone has a path in life. Lady Edelgard has shown me mine. It is just beside her own. So we walk together side by side. We stride ever forward, yielding to nothing and to no one.
So, you're sharing the same dream?
Bluntly, yes. But it's more than just a shared dream. I have many feelings toward Lady Edelgard. Gratitude, respect, awe, empathy, trust, hope.
Okay. I was teasing you, but I gotta say I'm just a little bit jealous of you and Adie. That you're able to embrace these feelings and stride forward along the same path. You're lucky, Hubie. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to experience anything so utterly operatic.
Why not?
Because I figure the best quality in a partner would be that they make me happy.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
And loving another is really about wanting to be loved. I'm pretty sure that's different from how things are with you and Adie.
I would say so, yes. Well, that was an experience. Right, this is one that I will have had. So I will skip it. And then it's just me and Hubes. You know, wonderful. Right, I'm going to remotivate, so we'll be all set up for next month. And I suppose I should also find that support. So where on the map is it? It's over here, okay. Let's do that quickly.
Hello.
Time to be threatened again? I do hope so.
It seems I am discovered. I suppose that means assassination is out of the question. At least for now.
I was joking about being killed, but here he comes right out of the gate with that. What do you think you're doing?
Merely keeping an eye on you, for the moment. Nothing to be concerned over.
Great.
Unusually watchful. Difficult to steal upon in slumber. Perhaps an odorless, tasteless poison. Lady Edelgard certainly took interest in a difficult one this time.
You're really not helping yourself by talking about your plans to kill me directly in front of me. Because all you've done is made me want to make sure you eat everything I eat first. Why are you following me?
I suppose that question does warrant a response, considering it may mean your life.
Apparently so.
The answer requires me to explain some of the complex internal politics of the Empire.
Okay, please do, because this I actually do want to know.
Are you familiar with Volkard von Arundel? He is Lady Edelgard's uncle.
Yeah, I know him. He's the guy from that one clip who was never relevant in Claude's route.
You may also know him as Lord Arundel, the Empire's regent.
Why is he the regent?
Many years ago, he took Her Majesty and fled to the kingdom of Fargus.
As in Adel, or Adel's mother, or what?
Then after a time, he returned to seize power. Joining forces with Prime Minister Ire and my father, Lord Arundel rendered Emperor Ionius IX politically impotent.
Okay, 1, politically impotent is a hell of a phrase. And 2, looks like Ferdy's dad sucks.
Lady Edelgard is Ionius IX's daughter. I cannot begin to fathom the depth of her sadness at his betrayal. I see something of Lord Arundel in you.
That's not reassuring.
When I look at you, I feel I can almost see a second self lurking beneath the surface.
Damn it, Poundland Tiki. You're ruining everything for me.
It is as if you are in constant dialogue with something inside your heart. Something with desires very different from your own.
He's not wrong.
Does that description feel familiar to you at all? Because to me, you seem unpredictable. As though you could turn traitor at any moment.
Great. I want to say no, but there might be something to that.
The more I learn about you, the less I like. I had thought you might be of use to Lady Edelgard, but now I am beginning to think you may, through no fault of your own, present too great a risk.
Great.
I hope you will prove me wrong, Professor. I would hate for this to come to bloodshed.
You don't look like you would hate that. You look like you would enjoy that. And I would not be surprised if you would. Lonku is stuck to my hair. Dear Lord. The cat is ruining the moment. He has his claw stuck in my hairband and he just jumped away. That wasn't pleasant. That was our B support. Fascinating. So, the next one is probably the last one we're going to get. Yeah, unless I choose to S support him. Have to admit, I am very curious about how his S support would go. Like, so curious. But, you know, he's weird. Don't think I want to spend my life with that. I think him and Adel probably deserve each other, quite frankly. Right, that's that day done. Battle of the Eagle and Lion, I guess. Dear Lord, I'm gonna have so much recording to sort through.
I would be liking... Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
Why was there such a long gap in that? That was weird. Anyway, moving on, I guess. Just double check there's no one I need to certify. Nah. Here we go. I'm gonna regret doing this at just before 11 at night, aren't I? Hopefully it won't be as hard as Mictlan.
It's actually part of my family's territory, House Burgleys. It is the largest field in all of Fodlan. The grain it produces sustains the whole empire.
So let's celebrate by stampeding and trampling all over it.
Wait, I sure hope we don't destroy all that grain.
Literally what I was thinking.
It is considered the most suitable place for a large-scale battle.
Professor, if it were up to you, how would you approach this battle?
I want to surprise them with clever schemes. That sounds like Claude. Oh, he'd be like that.
Sounds like a certain someone we both know. But as you wish, we'll use whatever strategy you think is best.
Great.
If the Black Eagle House bands together, we won't lose.
I sure hope not.
Our strength is superior. So if we do lose, it will be on your shoulders, Professor.
Thanks, Hubie.
If you're not confident you can do this, just sit back and leave it to me.
Yeah, you're not even coming. I don't know why you're getting so excited.
The most you will do is make things worse. You'll just get in Lady Edelgard's way.
I hate to say it, but I agree.
Are you two about to fight? Oh, count me in! Wait, no, I think we all need to calm down.
I wonder what Adel and Ferdy's supports are like. That might be interesting.
I am ready to go hunting for our enemies. Hunting isn't exactly... Well, I guess they're pretty similar, actually. I'm just gonna hide in the fort and cheer everyone on. There, is a fort, right?
Sure, but it's deep in enemy territory. How kind of you to offer to cut through for us.
What? No, that's not what I meant! Good work, Bernie.
This will be your first battle, won't it, Flame? You don't seem nervous at all.
I shall give it my all. Our battle will begin shortly. The flag of the Black Eagles will soon grace Gronder Field.
Wonderful. Well, here we go, I guess. See how this goes. Also, I should have some generic units on the Golden Deer opposing me. My friend did a run where she recruited everyone she could, and there was just no one left on the battlefield who wasn't in her house. Right, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I did a little bit of weapon upgrading, but actually I might save that just in case. I guess we're ready to go, so... Well, let's have a look at the map first. So Ash is over there this time, Golden Deers are over here. Yeah, generic. Generic, generic. Plenty of generics for him. I swear there's more than there were originally, though. As in Claude's route. Well, I guess we're gonna go, but I'm wondering if it's worth doing 2 teams and sending one over there and one over there. Or if we just run down the middle and see what happens. I guess there's enough people over here that we may as well. So who should we send? Let's go with that. Here goes.
battle of the Eagle and Lion is set to begin at long last. Everyone, show off the results of your dedicated training.
Remember, we're not just fighting for honor. There's a prize at stake.
It's almost time to begin. Steel yourselves, everyone.
Here we go.
You all should know, I am not about to go easy on you today.
As long as we can pull off the win, doesn't matter how.
Our victory must be absolute, no matter what it may take.
It is time.
Forward, now!
For honor!
I miss you, Claude. I forgot how much I like the music in this one.
The ballista in the center of the battlefield. The house that secures it will have a clear advantage.
Right. Do I actually want to send people that way?
Leave it to me.
I don't know. But let's begin.
Oh no.
Battle.
I will prevail. Stay focused.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm
Ready
gonna send these
anytime.
guys over here at least for now.
I will get the victory. That's my cue.
As you wish.
How much damage already? Dear Lord.
I have to try.
Black Eagles and Blue Lions are fighting. Maybe we can sneak right past them. I'm sorry.
Man. One down already. That ain't good. Wait, why aren't items?
You were outmatched.
Okay, it's really not worth having that party over there, I don't think. So we're gonna move back over this way. Do you mind not doing that all the time? It's very annoying of you.
A stronghold for me to seize? Splendid.
Oh, go away.
There goes Lawrence acting on his own. Guess we've got no choice but to capture the central hill and cover it.
I love that he's making trouble even when he's not on my route. That's kind of hilarious. Nice job, Dorothea.
Well,
right.
you underestimated me.
Let's do that.
My
Oh, he's gone. Great.
Am I done yet?
I wanted to get Bernie in there right away, but I guess we can wait. What? Ingrid! Why are they so OP?
I'm so...
What? I hate this round.
Watch and learn.
Five charges. You know what? I'm gonna redo that last phase because that was a bad.
I will prevail.
Oh no. Can I go now? That's my cue.
Battle.
Homie?
Okay, no one has rescue, so I can't get you over here quickly enough.
As you wish.
Now that I know how much they suck, I can keep some of my other people out of their
Leave it to
way.
me.
No, I didn't kill him that time. That's irritating.
Stay focused.
Actually, you can go with Bernie for the Pegasus Brigade fight. I don't really want you near them either. Hopefully this won't end as badly.
Predictable.
Okay, that went a lot better for me. Right.
trust me.
Gotta take you out.
Your defeat was inevitable.
Get rid of you. And I think Bernie is too far away to get on that.
Of course I won.
You can take out Leone, your former classmate, but who cares about that? I certainly don't.
Perfect.
Marianne, if you could guard that spot for us for a while. Lindy. Can you do anything helpful right now? Not particularly.
Am I done yet?
We want to get Bernie over there as soon as possible so that we can actually use that ballista. Right. Why has he got his lance equipped? He should have magic. Great. I do love Claude though, so I can't be too sad about him succeeding. Apart from the fact that it screws me over a little bit. Right, okay. Excuse me while I hecking destroy him.
One more success.
I'd say it gives me no pleasure, but I will be lying. Well, this is great. Glad to have that thing.
What?
Making money.
Good to have you along for the ride, Raphael.
Unexpected.
I'd like to take it easy.
I will prevail. Now you know your limits.
Get rid of you.
As
Get rid
expected.
of Hilda.
We must all do our
Progress. Okay, you can't really do a whole lot, so you can heal him. We're doing okay here. Apart from the fact the Alliance keep going over there to take out people and ruin my chances to get everyone. But I can start sending some people down there this turn. Right.
hope this is good.
Helpful. Okay, you can go down here. Byleth will come and join you. Lysithia, to be honest, everyone may as well go down here at this point. No one up here left to fight. Okay, now everyone else is going to have to go past me to get to the others, which is helpful, because that means I can intercept them.
Think this through.
Okay, so we have to get you out of the way.
I've got many skills, you know.
Sweet. That's a handy place for me to be. Okay, guess I can only hit him then.
Better than
I'll take it.
You underestimated me.
I will prevail.
This is going pretty well, actually. Surprisingly well, in fact. Also, I love that the ballista, which I didn't use at all last time, has become so helpful. Time to go and actually bother Claude, I guess. Boo.
Quite helpful.
Darn you, Dimitri. Hello, generic people who will probably have been replaced by my housemates.
You could have at least tried. We've only...
Witness frigid pride.
So, it is time to cross blades. I never imagined such a day would come to pass.
Really?
If the Empire and the Kingdom go to war, we'll be able to fight as much as we please.
That's very open.
I'm sorry, but that is not something to joke about.
Literally.
The thought of fighting you is troubling at best.
In that case, I wonder when you'll be able to stomach facing me in battle. Do you need a few moments?
Seriously, do you two need a room or something? Because there is a lot going on here. Well then.
That won't do it all.
Glad I had her attack him.
I fear I cannot fight any longer. I'm sorry, everyone. Please continue onward to victory!
Fun little bit of dialogue there.
I owe you one.
Better be careful. I won?
Hey Claude. Oh, he's the only one left over here. Wonderful.
I went overboard.
Okay, you can't hit anyone. Guess you actually have to move then.
Damn it!
Thanks.
She's really not doing anything but
Great
healing.
chance for me to find out if the Sword of the Creator really is all it's cracked up to be. On that note, you'd better not surrender too quickly.
I love you, Claude.
Be mindful.
Well then. Ooh, my hit rate's bad. That's better. Sorry about this, Claude. You know I love you.
I hate to say it, but it seems we're at a stalemate. Looks like the Golden Deer won't be winning this round.
And I'm sad about that, believe me.
Who, me? Failure is not an option.
So it's only Mercedes left to go, isn't it?
Witness my power.
There we go. That did it.
One step at a time.
So we've technically won the battle, but have we won the grand prize?
This year's Battle of the Eagle and Lion. And the winners are the Black Eagles.
Thank you for your hard work, everyone. I dare say that prize is as good as ours.
Great. I wonder if it's possible to win this but not get the prize. I imagine it must be, but hard to say. I have officially been sitting here way too long. It's probably going to be another, well, it depends how much footage I lost, but could be another
Edelgard,
2 hour plus
Professor,
recording.
That was a spectacular battle. You both fought exceptionally well.
Complete and utter defeat. I would hate to make an enemy of you two.
No need to get carried away with praise. I know you both feel we won by a paper-thin margin.
Did we,
and
though?
I won't deny it. If we were to fight again, there's no telling who would prevail. What do you think, Professor?
Golden Deer!
I'm honored.
I love
and I'll
them.
level with you. I think that margin is at least as wide as 2 sheets of paper. I mean that.
Claude.
In any case, I hope the day never comes when we have to put this experience to use.
See, this is the thing about this route. I loved Claude from the start, and I actually had a debate between people I wanted to S-support. In this one, like, Linhart's my favourite option because I do love him, but I don't really ship him with Byleth so far. Yeah.
Agreed. I would hate to know a future in which I'm forced to cross swords with you.
True, although the Battle of the Eagle and Lion was originally named after a war between the Empire and the Kingdom.
Yeah, I got that.
That's all in the past. I'm sure
Sure.
even the name will one day fade from the pages of history.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Let's do our best to get along.
How admirable, Teach. On that note, I have a proposition. When we get back to Garreg Mach, let's have a grand feast to break down the walls between our respective houses. And by a grand feast, I mean a fairly regular feast in the dining hall.
It would be a fine opportunity to get to know each other better. Count me in.
So be it. Let's plan to meet up on the night we return. Is that okay with you, Professor?
I'm looking forward to it.
Seeing such a big smile on your face is a rare gift. It makes me feel like I can maybe relax a little too.
I don't know about that. You've got massacres to plan. Oh, I can't believe I'm part of this time.
It's finally over.
That sucks.
There were way too many strangers at that feast.
Put your chin high, Bernie. It was a chance for you to have growth.
But everyone was acting so friendly. It was overwhelming.
Linhardt, I wasn't done talking to you. If those Alliance guys came at it from here, and those Kingdom guys came from there...
I know. We'd have been able to take them out all at once. I heard you. I'm going to bed now.
At least we agree on the worth of Caspar.
Did anyone get the feeling that there were already couples forming? That's not really fair, is it? I wanted to sneak off with someone too.
I was hoping for some tea after our meal anyway. Would you care to join me?
Thanks, but no thanks, Mr. Noble. I already have my heart set on someone else.
Who? I must know. But also a good choice.
I thought it would fall to me to command and guide our ranks all by myself. But with you leading us, I've gotten to experience what it's like to fight alongside everyone.
See, I don't really like this, because I'm pretty sure in Claude's route everyone was talking in one big group. Whereas here it's like, look at these two specific people who are talking to each other. I just want the house to be fun and friendly, and it's not.
And I've realized how happy it makes me, fighting under your command. The Emperor doesn't take orders from anyone. It's their duty to stand alone and lead the entire Empire. But maybe it's better to have someone to rely on, so that you can support and guide each other through the darkness.
Am I that someone?
I may be heir to the Imperial throne, but first and foremost, I'm your grateful student.
Wonderful.
That will never change, even when I fulfill my destiny and become the Emperor.
We'll see about that.
I told you long ago that I wish to enlist you in the service of the Empire. Well, I take it back. Now I wish only for your continued guidance during my eventual reign.
Don't just hide away in the corner, Professor. You're the reason we're celebrating.
It's because of you that I've had the courage to leave my room for a bit each day. I'm so grateful, Professor!
We were all just discussing how well you led us. Remarkable!
Your guidance is without parallel, Professor. I have had practicing of that phrase.
Your training's been top-notch. Really?
Whatever would we do without you?
I have had the opportunity to experience much. Please allow me to offer you my gratitude once more, Professor. I feel the same. You are something special, my teacher.
Wonderful.
I can only call your deeds during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion quite versatile.
Comparing against their performance at the mock battle of the Great Tree Moon, the students have grown significantly.
Oh, look at him smiling.
It is clear that this is a result of your guidance.
In appreciation of your efforts and to show our high hopes for the future of your students, I award you with this. Please continue to instruct your students as a model teacher.
So, you've made good use of all my power after all. I would have been upset if you had failed at such an easy task.
It pains me to assign such a disturbing mission to you during such a blessed moment in time. However, next month your assignment will be to journey to Ramire Village to investigate an abnormal occurrence there.
Oh no.
Ramire Village. If I recall, you've been there with your father many times.
That's the bad. Abnormal occurrence?
I have yet to ascertain the details, but it would seem the villagers have been acting strangely. I have already dispatched the knights to verify the authenticity of this information. They should be back shortly. I suggest you begin by finding out what they have discovered.
Well, hopefully this time we'll get the footage, if nothing else. No more bad plot summaries, I hope.
May the goddess protect you all.
Oh, this is a bad, alright. Trust me when I say this is a bad. 'Cause it's a bad.
Part 1.
It is raining very loudly
Light
outside.
clouds. Red Wolf
I think we're on
Moon.
like Amber Alert flood warnings
flame
at the
in the
moment,
darkness.
which is just great. Love it when the place where I live is threatening to flood.
Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land.
I
All
can
of
tell that
Fodlan's
I'm,
creatures begin to settle
losing
in
my
for a
energy
long
as the night goes on.
The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the Red Wolves are back on the prowl.
Oh, my thumb is bleeding. Wonderful. That's not helpful. I'm trying to avoid making any weird blood pacts with shrimpy, thanks. And yet, I kind of feel like that's where this route is headed. Loud sighing noises. Gotta love some funding.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities. It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Gerald. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us.
That's nice of you.
Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Gerald. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. Hey, what's wrong?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that happens. Did that ever get explained? I don't think it did, and I'm bitter. A little bit dizzy.
If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it. Got it?
Got it.
Ugh, what could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too.
It's a very good question, and one that I hope the game will answer at some point.
I felt that way before.
Why does a goddess have fainting fits? That doesn't seem very goddessy. Am I really gonna have to do a lecture before I can save? I guess so. Right,
Professor,
here we go again.
May I ask you a question?
Want to be able to talk to my friends, but brother gives her a fuss. Honest talk.
Professor!
Do what you want, it's not like I'm using you. Support.
Professor?
It's very late. What are you doing? It's very late.
Please take my apologies.
I lost time while I was training. There are not many chances for real fighting here. My body is more weak than it was. Weaker, I mean. I will keep training now. I hope your night is good.
You should get some rest.
I need to have more training. There are things that I have not done yet. Things that have to be done. For the future. I have to try with hardness. Training, studying, socializing. I will not always be having time to do those things. And speaking the language of Fodlan, I worry I will never be doing it just right.
Why do you try so hard?
Why? Because the position of Bridget is weak. Fodlan and Dagda are big. Bridget is a small island in the middle of them. Bridget has great beauty, but little power. We will not survive unless we get more strength. I will lead Bridget, and so I have responsibility. I have to have more strength than anyone.
It doesn't have to be that way. Or perhaps you're right. I don't want it to have to be that way for her.
Having more strength than anyone might be impossible. But I have to give it my best try. I am an ally of everyone, and I have belonging at the Officers' Academy. That is also why I try with hardness. You can always be counting on me. But you should know that one of these days will be when I return to Bridget. Before that day, do not try stopping me from trying. And please, keep watching over me. With you, I can try with more hardness than I could alone.
I like her. Oh, good grief.
You look unwell. It's because of what happened, isn't it?
Don't speak of it aloud.
What's going on now?
You can't change the past. For now, all we can do is use it to our advantage.
I know that. I also know that I must steel myself to ascend the Imperial throne.
Those preparations are going well. Someone is coming.
Real subtle there, guys.
Professor, I heard about our mission for this month. Something terrible is happening in Remire Village. That's where you were when fate sent you our way. This feels preordained.
Sure.
Are the Knights making progress with their investigation?
They are.
If what is happening there is by design, there must be someone pulling the strings. There is the Death Knight, of course, and the mysterious mages who were implicated with the Western Church. They showed up when Flame was kidnapped as well, and now there is another strange occurrence near the monastery. It seems an unknown organization hopes to make the monastery its stage for something.
Do you believe that all these incidents are connected, Professor?
Well, they are, really.
That is the logical conclusion, but I'm not so sure.
Are you trying to throw me off your track?
It certainly appears that all of the events surrounding the monastery are connected by a single thread. However...
It is, and it's you. Because you suck, Shrimpy.
I think it's possible that it may just be a result of different motives overlapping.
I know you like to think that, but you're not getting away with it that easily.
Remember, Professor, if you think of people as simply enemies or allies, it may be impossible to grasp the truth.
I hate when she says stuff like that. It does not make me like you or trust you anymore. Lindy, let's have tea. I'm tired, but we're having tea, because I like you.
I am happy that
go
you
with
invited me, even though it interferes with my nap time. Much appreciated. Makes me sleepy.
Could not tell what he said there. Gardening mishaps, the ideal relationship, overcoming weaknesses. None of these scream him to me. Let's go with ideal relationship? No, I thought not. Where's the art of napping when you need it? Thanks for everything, things you find romantic, your ambitions. No? Okay. Do I not get to try again? Let me try again, game.
Delicious.
Why didn't it let me have my third option? I don't think that's ever happened to me. At least our support points grew slightly.
Well then, we did. My efforts were not in vain.
I understand more.
Wonderful. Okay, I just want to take a sneak peek at what these are. That's that one. And that's that one. Great, so they're both ones that I have done. Don't think there's anything new here either. No. So, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go the heck to bed. And I may just do those paralogs off camera, because I've done them before. I'll cut in anything interesting from that one, I guess, but I can't see that one going any differently. But for now, I'll just get rid of this while I'm thinking about it too. Anyway, this has been an episode. I don't know how long it's going to be once I get rid of the stuff I almost lost, but yeah. Oh, it's been fun, but I need to go to sleep, as you can probably tell by the lack of coherence. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!